Greetings, everyone. My name is Deshaun Corey, and today I will be telling you about my product, the AI Laundry Folding Robot. In this presentation, I will cover the following: the need and viability of my product, the development timeline, a customer journey map, my interactive prototype, quantitative user testing, metrics for the success of my product, and user personas. Next up, we have the need and viability. When I was thinking about these two things, two questions came to mind. One of those being the purpose. What was my purpose for this product? Well, it was to help individuals who are overwhelmed with laundry and who want to minimize their stress levels that come with doing other chores. Another question that came to mind is what is expected out of this product? And I came up with three things: reducing stress levels, order within households, and more free time. Next up, we have our customer journey map. Within the customer journey, there are 5 stages: awareness, consideration, purchase, retention, and advocacy. For awareness, my first scenario was a customer knows that they struggle with getting laundry done and they get overwhelmed by it. They then learn about the AI laundry folding robot through an ad. They then take into consideration buying the robot, evaluating it based on whether it meets their needs or not. Once they determine if it meets their needs or not, they then decide to purchase it or not. From there, you're left with the retention stage, where the customer continues to use the robot and they incorporate it into their regular laundry routine. Then lastly, you have the advocacy step. Here's where the customer shares their positive experiences and they become a brand advocate. Next up, we have the development timeline. It essentially took us a year to develop the product. In the first and second month, the concept and planning took place, where essentially we did market research, planning, and formed a team. In months 3 through 4 is where the prototype design took place, where there was design hardware and 3D modeling. In months 5 through 7, prototype development took place. Here's where we built the prototype, we selected which AI we wanted to use, and the testing initial prototype process took place. In months 8 through 9, we improved the prototype. That included improving the AI models and improving the integrated sensors, along with improving the mechanisms. In months 9 through 10 is where testing took place, and we were testing every single day. We took into account user testing, stress testing, and optimization. In month 11 is where we did our pre-launch and market prep. Here is where we did final testing and we developed a marketing strategy. In month 12, we finally launched the product. Ever since then, we have been keeping up with post-launch support and monitoring as well as pushing out updates whenever necessary. Next up, we have our interactive prototype. In this video, one can find the following: our motto, an on and off switch, settings, contact and support, how our machine works, and the ability to log in and log out of an account. Next up, we have our testing, which is quantitative. The objective of this testing would be to use the data generated from the machine's on and off switch to pretty much get a sense of how many people turn to the machine to get their laundry folded within a week. And we'd also want to get feedback on how users' stress levels have been affected. Some questions we developed to help get us that information were: how often do you use the machine in a week? On a scale of 1 to 5, how have your stress levels been since purchasing the machine, with 1 being low and 5 being high? And do you find yourself having more or less free time? We were able to get answers from 2 different users. One of them uses the machine 3 to 5 times throughout the week. Their stress levels have been on a level 2, and they do find themselves having more free time. User 2 uses it about 4 to 5 times a week. They have very low stress levels, with it coming in at a 1 on the scale, and they also find themselves having more free time. Next up, we have the metrics to help us with the success of our product. One of those taken into account is the usage frequency. These metrics will help measure how often the product is used over a week. We then have the usage duration, which focuses on how long the machine is operating each time it is turned on. We then have the user behavior, which provides insights into how users interact with the machine in terms of behavior and satisfaction. And then lastly, we have the customer engagement metrics, which help us understand how the robot fits into the user's lives over time. Within the titles of these metrics are also elements that help us take into account certain things whenever we are looking into these metrics. Next up, we have our user personas. First is Megan, a married mother of 3. She is a career-driven mom who is juggling her full-time job while raising 2 young boys and managing the household. She really struggles to keep up with daily chores while balancing work and family life. She believes that the robot would help her save time because it is very efficient and convenient. Her technology comfort is at a moderate level. Next up, we have John, who is a college student and a server. John is a full-time college student and a server who spends most of his time studying, socializing, or working. He really hates doing laundry, and he lives in a small apartment where space is limited. He believes that the robot could help because it requires minimal effort from him, it's compact and efficient, and it's consistent. His technology comfort level is very high. Lastly, we have Amber, who is a senior executive at a tech company. She is a very successful and high-powered professional who seeks efficiency and is always looking for ways to prioritize her days. Some of the challenges that she has is that she has little time for household chores due to her demanding work schedule. She believes that the robot would be helpful because it's efficient. It allows for her to maintain her professional appearance, and it's also convenient. Her technology comfort level is also very high. Lastly, we have our conclusion. This project taught me a lot. It taught me how to take the idea that I have of a product and turn it into a prototype. From there, it taught me many ways to test this product before placing it on the market. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you all enjoyed.